Just as soon as I start the fucking camera, I fuck it up. So annoyed. As you can tell, I get annoyed easily. But, like, I just need to figure my life out before I start this camera. Because, like, the thing is, I don't like having to hold so many fucking people. But I always end up having to do it. The thing is, I'm sitting kind of far from the camera, too. So I feel like I should turn his head this way, because then it would be better. Because now he's looking directly at this camera. Right? I mean, I can only look so many fucking places. But, like, my head is cut off from that one, so that's why I should really scoot back a little bit. Let's see. And then, of course, the marketing behind me. I don't like that shit. On the refrigerator. Does not look good. Alright, so let's see. Maybe I can hang them off the string. As long as they're visible on at least one camera, that's all that matters. And then, of course, Piggy, you just see his head. Let's see. Haha. Alright, so this is what it looks like. See, I guess you could say this is like a behind the scenes. Right? And then that's the water that I spilled. Alright, let's see. The thing is, this camera doesn't have too much storage space, so keep that in mind. It's probably just going to cut off, obviously, whenever it's full. Alright, so now I wasted, what, 2 minutes just bullshitting. I'm slouching, and I know I'm also full of excuses, right? Well, I'm hoping that once I finally, like, somewhat settle down. When I say settle down, I basically mean having a signed lease of at least 3 months, right? I think that's the short-term goal here. Because up until this point, right? November, December, January, February, March. Basically, April. Yeah, it's April. Time does not exist. I've been traveling for about 5 months, right? And this entire time, the longest I've stayed in one spot has been about a month. So, I mean, Hanoi, I was only there for, I was supposed to be there for 3 months, but I told you guys I shortened my trip because it was just like chaos and it was hard to breathe. So, that's, even though I wanted to shorten my trip back in Portugal, I had no idea I would dislike Portugal or hate Portugal so much. But even though I hated Portugal, I still, like, toughed it out and stayed the full time that I was supposed to. Because, you know, like, as soon as you adjust something, then it's like a domino effect. It's going to affect everything else on your itinerary, and that's annoying. Like, you know, I already told you guys, right now I have an airline credit, right? It's just sitting there because I basically, the thing is, when you're planning travel, you got to make sure that you have proof of exit, right? So you have to show an airline or show immigration that you're going to fucking leave their country before they will even grant you the permission to enter their country. And these are the things that are really annoying. It's a nuisance, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do to be able to, you know, visit a country. I mean, I want to try and do my best to not talk about or think about anything negative. But when I'm explaining something like this, right, it's like I cannot help but feel these negative emotions, right? Because, one of the reasons why I hate this planet and being fucking human is because we're slaves, right? Because they just want to limit your freedom of movement. If I had freedom, then I would just decide, like, okay, let's just say hypothetically, I want to go to fucking Finland. That would never happen. It's too fucking cold over there. But, my point is, if I just wanted to move anywhere, I'll just, like, spin the globe or whatever, and then wherever my finger point hits, I'll just be like, okay, let me buy my one-way ticket to Fiji and make Fiji my new home. No, it doesn't work that way, right? You need to do a whole bunch of fucking bullshit paperwork, right? Everything is just designed to control us, control every aspect of our life, which is why I'm so fucking rebellious. Anyway, I know I talk about so many random things and then I go off on a rant or whatever, but because I'm on the topic of, like, getting annoyed easily, I'm gonna tell you other things that I get annoyed at. So I also get annoyed when a business will ask me to leave them a review. Because, first of all, I'm enjoying it, my experience, but, everything is space, energy, time, money. So essentially what they're really asking me is for my free energy, my free time and labor, which is not free. I mean, are they going to pay me to leave a fucking review? No. So that's the thing I find kind of annoying. But then at the same time, it's like, well, I understand if it's a small business, I want to help everybody out, of course, so that's my fucking weakness, right? But then at the same time, I keep telling you guys, like, as a solo female nomad traveler, I don't want people to know where the fuck I am. I don't want people to know my fucking location. So obviously, if I'm reviewing a business, then I'm giving away my location. So I really hope that when I get to my final destination, that people are not gonna fucking ask me that shit, because I'll just probably lie and be like, okay, and not do it. Because, like, everybody's got free will, and it's just like, I have my reasons. I'm explaining. This is why I'm telling you guys. But, because I am leaving this country, I don't mind giving a business free marketing, right? But ultimately, as I grow in this realm of content creation, it's like, well, I gotta divide up my time and energy. Like, more and more people are gonna want something from me, and I just have to prioritize, like, what is really important, right? So I guess I could say one thing is that, sometimes you could say that everybody's got a price tag, right? Like, for example, I mean, I don't mean to pick on Cardi B, but we know that she's quite materialistic. And, you saw her going to, what is it, the Mid-East? I don't know where the fuck she went, but of course, they're quite conservative with their religious beliefs or whatever. So you saw that she was all covered up, right? And did a show or whatever in the Mid-East, right? Now, I know I've probably touched on this topic, a little bit in the past, but I'm just saying, so I'm giving that one example. And then another example was when she's made, tons of stuff, but specifically, I think when she was still married to, what's his face? Oh, Offset is his name, I think. Okay, so now this one is done. That camera's done. Let me just turn it off. And see, so even though I turned it off, I'm putting it to the side because it's just like, to me, it's a distraction. Because keep in mind, it's front and rear facing camera, so that's why I'm having it facing sideways from me, so that way it's like something I don't have to think about. Let me see. I have to try and fix it a little bit. See, look, so now because I fixed the other camera, I put it upright. So that means people got cut out of the frame. I mean, let me just finish talking about what I was talking about. Because, obviously I get distracted easily. But let me just get a fucking sip of water. I already had another bowel movement. Do I need to tell you guys every time I go to the bathroom? Obviously I do. Alright, because the food poisoning is real. I was talking about Cardi B and how she has performed in the Mideast, right? And fully clothed, because, typically she likes to be, slutty. I mean, she's an entertainer, right? Nothing wrong with being slutty. But obviously, as you can see, if you pay her enough, she's gonna go perform, right? And then McDonald's, right? She made a commercial for McDonald's with her ex. That's just like two examples. So all I'm saying is, certain people have a price, right? If you pay them enough, then they'll put out, right? So all I have to say is, that's not gonna fly with me. That's not the kind of creator that I am. So I guess you could say that I'm not saying that she doesn't have standards. It's just like we have different standards. Because you know how I feel about, fast food. I'm more like an advocate, not really, but more so than. Well, I mean, I can't really compare myself to her, but I'm just using her as an example, right? Because like I would never, let's just say, or even the Kardashians, right? Because you saw Kim and is it Chloe going to the Ambani wedding in India, right? Like obviously they fucking got paid to fucking go. Now, I don't know why anybody would want them at their wedding, but um, I I would never invite them to my wedding. I don't know why I would want their presence. I don't. There's nothing about them that I like. Anyway, I really need to stop talking so much shit about other people, but I'm just talking shit. This is the whole reason why I have my channels, because I'm talking shit all the time. But my point is, like, obviously many people are driven by money, right? I mean, I told you guys, I've had several clients in the past wanting me to perform, and I have yet to cross that line, right? I still have not basically prostituted myself, even though like many people do, given the opportunity, but I just haven't done it. And like, you've heard of celebrity yachting, right? Did this was this shit even fucking recording? I don't even know what's going on. I think I have no idea, but either this shit was just not even on the entire time, or it just like stops recording and then, because I have no idea what happened. But I guess like because I just cannot focus on what I'm supposed to do right now until I check. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like, you know, because most of the times I'm just like giving you guys my undivided attention, but like sometimes I have to multitask, and like I think this is quite urgent because I'm just like, what the fuck just happened? So I think it just like, I guess I did not even fucking press record. Oh my god. So okay. Look, I know I did I was quite heavy with the bronzer, right? To do whatchamacallit, the contouring. Uh. But I, I know, we all know the double chin is still there. I honestly don't even know if I have a subliminal in my current active playlist targeting the neck area. I don't think I do. Because, like, here I am complaining about it all the time. And what am I actually doing? Like, I can only do so many fucking things. I know I keep sounding like I'm full of excuses, but, like, I've talked about, my desire to want to make healthier choices, etc. But then, of course, like, I'm in Vietnam and this is just a short stay. So I'm gonna fucking eat as much as I want, damn it. I'm on fucking vacation. Although I've been on vacation for the past 5 months. Anyway, my point is going on all these topics that I was just giving you examples of, right? So I talked about Cardi B going to the Mideast to perform. I talked about how she made a commercial for fucking McDonald's. And then I talked about um, the Kardashians and how they showed up at the Ambani wedding, right? And all I'm saying is, you would never see me doing that type of stuff. I mean, I don't know, like, I think I've probably said this in the past already. So I guess you could say this is me kind of like not covering my bases, but like elaborating. Because I told you guys that I have absolutely no desire to go to India because I know how dirty it is over there. So, um, I don't care how much you fucking pay me. I don't want to fucking go there. And then I also talked about, like in their culture or whatever, they have like the honor killings, right? So, because, they just don't respect women. So, the Kardashians going to the Ambani wedding. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that took place in fucking India. I'm not sure exactly where, but obviously wherever the fuck the Ambanis are at. I mean, I don't follow these people like hawks. I just know of them, because their faces are always all over the place. But don't shoot me if I don't know the specifics. Damn. But I obviously do follow Cardi B because I like her music, right? And so you would never see me doing a commercial for somebody like, let's just say, McDonald's or a soda company like fucking Pepsi or Coke. I mean, I'm just not an advocate for, I don't want to be associated with those brands. So I don't care how much anybody would want to pay me. Um, like, if I just want nothing to be associated with that particular brand or place, because especially like the Mideast, we all know that they treat women like property, like slaves. um I just want nothing to do with, like, I don't care if you call me racist or whatever. Like, I think you guys have heard the story about that model who had her, what is it, like, she was so badly beaten up that she almost got killed. Somebody just found her on the side of the road. I mean, that's basically what the rich people do. They just, like, have absolutely no respect for a human life, right? Because they just kind of do as they please. I'm sure you guys have heard of the fucking porta potty parties, right? Don't invite me to any fucking parties. I don't want to go.